Normally I'm showing you guys around historic places in DC, but today I got someone to show me around.
Hi, I'm Joe Himali, and today we're in Georgetown, Washington, D.C.
Whoever said don't meet your heroes hasn't been on a walking tour with Joe Himali. As DC's best-dressed realtor and history buff and the man behind the social media account Best Address, you may have seen Joe on your feed before.
Hi, I'm Joe Himali. I'm Joe Himali. I'm Joe Himali.
Hundreds of thousands of you tune into his videos featuring obscure architectural facts from across space and time, and there's no place Joe won't go.
People really love to know about the things they walk by and are surprised that there's all this history right under their noses.
As someone who also dabbles in, is obsessed with this realm, I found Joe when I scrolled past this video from Rock Creek and realized that he pretty much doesn't take his suit off, like, ever.
I'm the reverse of Superman in that when people see me in my suit, they recognize me. When I'm not in a suit, nobody recognizes me. It's just clothes. There's always a dry cleaner.
The suit, Joe tells me, is a part of his identity as a real estate agent, which was his first passion and where he found success before he even started his digital journey.
There's a book called Best Addresses, which is about historic buildings in Washington.
Joe says that book inspired the name of his segment, but even before that, he used it as a reference to market to spaces he knew he'd want to sell in.
It's a shorthand to say that you're dealing with historic pre-war buildings in Washington.
There are plenty of those in Georgetown, which is where Joe told me to meet him during our day together.
A lot of people don't know that Wisconsin Avenue, that road is 10,000 years old because it was an old bison path that the native tribes would follow the bison down.
Together, we visited little nooks all around one of DC's most walkable neighborhoods.
This is one of my favorite little spots in the city. There's this tree growing out from Canal House. And if you look here, inside of the knot of the tree, somebody comes and decorates it with all sorts of different things. So every time you come, it's something different.
In just one little half-mile stretch, Joe pointed out more history to me than I ever thought possible.
So the horse head on these is a reference back to the canal, which is built in front of.
How do you hold all this knowledge in your head? I need to know.
It's just how my brain works.
We finished our day in front of the oldest firehouse in DC, where Joe told me the story of Bush the fire dog, who was poisoned by a rival fire department gang in the mid-1800s and lives on in the bricks of this building forever.
So he was buried there, except they kept his tail separate and they put it into a glass box as a memorial.
At the end of the day, Joe says he hopes his content gives people more respect and love for the cities they live in, a mission that I think I can also get behind.
I just think it's the greatest job I could ever have. Doing real estate is fantastic. Doing social media and seeing these things and going out and doing videos, I'm the luckiest man in the world.
Here, learning some obscure history and exploring in Georgetown with Joe, I'm Matt Kaufax. Thank you so much for showing me around.
Thank you for coming, and remember, history shared is history saved.
WTOP News.
For more stories like this, download and listen to WTOP Radio on our app or tune in to 103.5 FM.